There are a number of key things that we look for when we're interviewing candidates to come to work for Clickstop. The first one would be enthusiasm. Secondly would be to be a great communicator. Third would have just a really strong desire to always learn and make yourself better. Another one would be to be a great, just to have great judgment, I think is the best way to say that. And then finally, to be a creative person. And creativity would be ingenuity or an innovative thinker. Well, the reason that we feel like enthusiasm is important is because when you're enthusiastic, it's just an attitude that you bring. I love the quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson that says, "Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm," and I truly believe that.
I think enthusiasm in the workplace and at home makes you want to do well and to succeed in what you're doing. And I think when you want to succeed and make changes, that it happens. I think it's kind of a snowball effect, and other people want to see that. They want to succeed and do well too. So I think it just kind of drives you to accomplish what you want.
Communication is so key in any organization. It is vital here at Clickstop. And when we talk about communication, it's that decision to know when to communicate and how to not over-communicate or also not under-communicate. So it's a kind of a fine line. So that's really something that we look for.
You know, here at Clickstop, when we talk about thinking big and making it happen, we like to take action and we like to get moving forward as quickly as possible. So by being a good communicator, we can get our ideas and our points across and take action quickly and make things happen.
One of the keys to growth at Clickstop for an individual is really just to continue to learn. There are so many opportunities that we have here. And the cool thing is that people can move from department to department, but really it's about setting yourself up ahead of time and learning those things so that you're equipped when it's time to move. Having great judgment really comes down to knowing what the priorities are, knowing how to focus, and really knowing how to make a decision today that I can make immediate, strong impact. So when we talk about creativity, I hear a lot of people say, well, I'm just not that creative of a person. And I challenge that pretty much every time by saying creativity is all about how you process information, how you make decisions, being an abstract thinker. And that's where the creativity part comes in, and every single person has that. So we want to try to figure out how to get that to come out.
I think that having the ability to take a project that you're working on or take an activity that you're about to do and look at it in a different light really is showing your creativity. And by being able to do that, you can think outside the box and find a way to do something bigger, do something better, and really make it work for you and work for your teammates.
Think big and make it happen. It's really two parts. So there's the think big, which is pretty easy to do. I mean, a lot of people are really skilled at thinking big and coming up with big ideas. But until action happens, and that's the make it happen part of the core value, it's just an idea at that point. And when it's just an idea, it can die on the vine and never be realized. So make it happen was an important part of determining that core value so that we could say, put action to it, come up with a plan, come up with a proposal. Well, Tim is always pushing us to think big. We had gone to lunch a while back, and we came back, we were sitting in the parking lot, and Tim had said a word to me that I hadn't really associated to Clickstop before, and that word was campus. He's like, picture what the campus might look like in 5 years. And I kind of latched on to campus and kind of forgot about everything else at the moment, because I'd always seen this as a property or an office building or a warehouse. I hadn't seen it as this big, huge campus idea. And for me, that was his way of leading me to think bigger. I loved it. Well, an easy way, I think, for people to think big is to do one thing. And that is simply to challenge yourself by the question, or ask yourself, am I making an impact today? Or the impact that I'm making, is it big enough? Could I do more? Where else could I go with this? It's a key thing to be able to say, what could I do bigger today? Or what could I do bigger tomorrow than I did today to create instant, immediate impact?